Anyway, welcome to the KTNG Morning Show. Let's begin our day with a small prayer. Not like a slave when you have your hands clasped together, and definitely not with your hands open when you don't have any, can you say, humanity about your damn self. More so in humility. Thank God for my early rising and good health this morning. Also thank God for the opportunities He places before me, so therefore I may succeed in them at His bequest and His bequest only. I also thank God for the opportunities that I do share with people who want to lead in their merits. Show those that self-reliance does work in practical matters. But most importantly, show compassion towards our enemies, even though they deserve a batata in the culo. Yeshua Jesus Christ into the 227th era of the throne of Jah himself, King Haile Selassie, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. The dragon is up, so therefore he roars to the approval of humanity and the human race. Therefore, the most controversial show on the net today. Welcome, my dissidents and people who can't put on their pants right together. The KTNG Morning Show. Simulcast on Facebook and on YouTube. That's right. And if you're on YouTube, get to MushLuv'd by Jah, the KTNG Morning Show. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know that you're out there. If you got comments, leave them there so I can answer those damn things on the weekend when I have time to do it. Everybody on Facebook, good morning. Brenda Eakin Perkins, what's up? Love, 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 love. What's going on? You know me. You know me. Constantly busy fighting the power. Straight up. I repeat, KTNG860am.org. Unified Community Broadcasting, Talk and Soul Radio for all the Colorado Springs in the world. Let's get this party started. I am your host of the most, from the left coast to the right coast. That's right, from the north to the south, the man with the irrepressible mouth. That's right. The G to the R to the I to the T to the C, zesty, all the way to the top of the mountain and down beneath the freeway, which they call Ronald Reagan, by the way. The freak on the peak who's about to speak, and if it open up your mind, bam! You might learn something for the rest of the week or the week ending coming into the next week. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through. This is the KTNG Morning Show, so let's get this party started in the throes of humanity. Now my first question. Pros and cons. What better way can we start by saying that we are now at the point of an imperialistic rule in this country? So my question is this. What's better, strings on, strings off? The spit of today is brought to you by Sucker Punch. When you know you got straight flayed by the government, okay, straight up and down. Today's bit is the the Whisker Biscuit with sour sop gravy. Whisker Biscuit, sour sop gravy. Yeah. That's why I said pro and cons, okay? There's a pro and con in this. If you get the metaphor in the meeting, by and large, 9 out of 10, you are actively up, quote, and thinking about what is this today's spit. So let's go and get in it. First and foremost, I like starting with these guys because I don't deal with right-wing controlled media, all right? But somebody we all know and love does. And therefore, like any other grandpa who's like suffering from dementia, they sit and they make friends with the TV when they know they are completely alone in their lives. Believe me, it can happen. Come on, how many people set up and like, okay, men and women. This is a toss-up question. How many women sit up and just like emotionally get themselves involved with something that was produced to draw out emotion? Men, how many times do we sit up and we scream at the television screen when sports are on? Okay, I rest my case. Daily Beast. Oh, here it is. The national emergency. Cheeseburger will do exactly what Hannity wants him to do. Now, we all know and love who Cheeseburger is. The man with the small hands. The man with the PP tape that's going across different lands and not here. That's right. Your master of disaster, redaction, and subtraction, and of course, minimalistic wolf ticket selling. Your commander in beef and stress and mess. Cheese burger. Yeah! Cheeseburger strikes again. Now, here we are Friday, people, on the eve of what they would call a possible government shutdown. Really? Yeah, but it comes with a concession. The man who calls himself the master deal maker, the buffoon, the village idiot, this cretin, this blob of mess that has nothing more than to disgrace himself in front of everybody, and historically has done more to disgrace himself than he does for this freaking country. Pointing exact. Oh, and by the way, I gotta say good morning to everybody. My crew here, the Cool-Headed crew, Jackie Bear, Milton Ski Bear. These are representatives of the late, my late family members who have died from cancer, so therefore, that's why I keep them here in memory, all right? Therefore, don't get it twisted. Here we go. Cheeseburger intends to declare a national emergency to build his fake-ass wall, all right? Now, but it's going to be because Fox News host Sean Hannity, his de facto chief of staff, okay, is like, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, the only thing that beats this is the witch being in the crystal ball in the Wizard of Oz here. I'll get you, my pretty. Anyway, the big question as the country barrels over to yet another government shutdown deadline this week, whether Cheeseburger's de facto chief of staff, Sean Hannity, would convince him not to sign Congress's bipartisan border security deal, forcing the government to shut down once again. It doesn't affect Sean Hannity, even if he is building all those garages out there, or what is those shelters, those sheds and whatnot, since that's his hobby. But it doesn't affect him because because Sean Hannity is a slumlord. Okay, keep it in mind, keep it real, people. Hannity described the bill as a garbage compromise. Okay, this is funny. The man's only going to get like 1.4 billion to do this. But you know what the asinine behind this is? Is that this jackass wants to add and pad 8 billion more on top of it. So, why in God's name are the people not up in arms with this when you know when you file taxes your shit is like 8% less than it was last year? You're paying the government. They're trying to find money. This fool needs 8 billion more to build something more meaningful and disgraceful since he's had to scale back on building Trump Tower everywhere else. Here it is. Media Matters' Matt Gertz first reported Hannity appeared to give Cheeseburger the green light on Tuesday when he offered his own quote-unquote better solution than simply accepting the congressional deal and moving forward without the full funding for the presidential wall. Quote-unquote, I'm not as concerned as some other conservatives if the president signs the bill, but there are a couple of ifs, Hannity told viewers, including the most important one in the White House. Step one, the president decides he wants to sign the compromise, which would guarantee him $1.4 billion down payment for the wall. Okay, that money can be used immediately. Now, if he takes step two, which is the president utilizing the money he's identified, some $900 million in additional construction that is already available for the administration's discretion, he continued, that would be about $2.3 billion. But the important third step needs to happen simultaneously. And that would be the president would need to declare a national emergency. This is the time that is necessary, and the president, I think I know him very well, telegraphed that very thing to just today. If America, if you are so dependent on Fox News, you are an idiot, okay? Follow the idyllic, split, different universe of Homer Simpson if you can, all right? Now, it goes on to say, but more than the president telegraphing that decision to Hannity. It was Hannity instructing Cheeseburger on how to emerge from the border wall mess unscathed in his eyes. The host first pushed Cheeseburger to declare a national emergency while interviewing him for the border during the government shutdown that ended lasting 35 days. We are hours away from a shutdown. And here, this fool is about to make the biggest mistake in his political career. Let me give you that answer, okay? All right? Now here it is. Of course, not every right-wing pundit has received that message. Before the news broke that Cheeseburger declared a national emergency, Fox News host Laura Ingraham, who has practically no kind of, wherewithal as far as humanity is concerned. Get this. She practically begged him not to sign the bill, tweeting, so the president has his hand forced to sign a 1,159-page bill that we know is filled with amnesty, pork, and wiggle room. Total scam at Real Donald Trump. When I go to his Twitter feed at Real Donald Trump, I insult his intelligence on a day-to-day basis. If you're going to come out there acting stupid, I'm going to call you stupid right there to your face. All right? Now, but then there was my girl Ann Coulter. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Not only did she call him a chump, a chump among men, a weak man, okay? She basically just called him out for his stupidity as well. This is coming out of the Hill, alrighty? Conservative commentator Ann Coulter on Thursday slammed the news that Cheeseburger will sign off on the border security bill brokered by Congress, calling it a selling out of GOP constituents. GOP motto next time. We're selling out constituents this time, but we'll get to our promises next time. We thought Cheeseburger was different. Coulter tweeted in response to the announcement of the Senate Majority Leader Cocaine Mitch McConnell, okay? Don't think that hair is white for a reason, all right? Him and Race Bannon, who was that vice president, whatever the heck his name is, Mitch McConnell, said that Cheeseburger would sign the legislation to declare a national emergency at the border. Okay, there is no national emergency. Let's get this straight, people. There's no national emergency. Not at all. The only reason why it sounds like a national emergency is because deep in this man's heart, he wants an ethno-state. Why else would he sit there and say, I want more immigration, legal immigration into this country? Why is that hinging on the fact that you have white Afrikaners getting killed because the black people there, the Africans there, are taking the land back by force? And they're doing it. There's a systemic white poverty level that's going on over there. And many of those people, 70% of them, cannot afford to be transported from Africa to here. Right? Think about it. You think about South, you think about most of those people who still remember apartheid that want to come here and then reinvigorate that base of his to making it an all-out chastisement. Human policy. The president must sign the bill before the end of the day on Friday. That means we only got hours. To avoid a second government shutdown this year, I'm betting on the shutdown. You know why? Because there are 30 to 40% of the base out there that believes in this idiot, that stick with this idiot, who are like damn near 40 to 50 to 60 years of age, who honestly think that this old codger of a president is going to do anything better than what he's doing. Come on. The wall is a pipe dream, okay? Straight up white pipe dream. The president has 4 weeks to raise the prospects of declaring a national emergency to direct the construction of his long-desired border wall. The move is sure to draw legal challenges. Republicans have been reluctant to support the emergency declaration, noting that it would set a dangerous precedent for future presidents. Coulter, who backed Cheeseburger in the 2016 election, but has been critical of the president over his inability, quote-unquote, his inability, okay, to secure funding for the wall along the southern border is among the conservatives and hardline immigration views that had a planned deal reached by Congress. Sorry about that. Now, what does this actually mean? It means that 9 times out of 10, okay, and this is, right there in your face, people. It shows that, yes, Cheeseburger is about as weak as the meat before it is frozen, or better yet, grounded up and then placed on the grill. Okay? The man is a limping political limp dick. All right? Just accept it for what it is. There's not enough Viagra that's going to help him. Ever. I mean, come on. Look at his shaved down Bigfoot of a wife. I mean, come on. Melania. And if the new Democratic Congress gets their way, they can have her ass deported, along with her damn parents. Think about it. Now, okay, now, on with this damn thing. Where is this from? Oh my God. Yeah, this is from NBC News, okay, to back this up, okay? Now, in declaring a national emergency, Cheeseburger plans, to use funding from multiple parts of the federal government to extend border barrier mileage. Most notably, the Defense Department, 2 senior administration officials, and a congressional aide confirms this. Charles Williams, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming through. All right. And let's see. Also, in declaring a national emergency, Cheeseburger plans, plans to go through the Department of Defense. The Department of Defense, Pentagon, and everybody else have rose the national debt level to $22 trillion. How are they going to do that when they've lost $21 trillion of it? And the IRS is still auditing. Hey, come on. Where are they going to find the extra money? Oh, that's right. The most imperialistic thing a dictator can actually do is extrapolate it from poor people. That's what they want. That's what they do. That's what they're going to do. Okay? You know, hey, I can say this now, and then it happens, and then when I come back and say that I told you so, it will not color the picture of the damn day. For real. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, said on Thursday that if Cheeseburger declares a national emergency, Democrats would consider illegal action to stop him. That's right. It can be done. I'll give you a good example. Okay, Woodrow Wilson. Okay, he tried to declare a national emergency. Guess what? Congress said no. Slap that fool right across the face with that big no. He got a sucker punch. Bam. Bam. There you go. Now, that's an option that we'll review our options, Pelosi said, but, quote unquote, it's important to note that when the president declares an emergency, first of all, it's not an emergency. Facts and figures, people. Illegal immigration is in a 10-year low. The only reason why people all the way up in Wyoming, Iowa, Minnesota are sitting up here crying about, oh, they're going to come to our yards. You guys are like buku thousands of miles away from all this. Okay? The only reason why them people are coming up here, and this is true, is because of manifest destiny from the United States, proxy wars. We've so many people, 800 people raping and killing girls and girls that's no older than 12 years old. We're responsible for that. Yes, we are. And the people who are elitists that are still in Washington today sit up and think it's a personal attack on them because of their past actions. Yet still, they can't even answer a simple yes and no question. So, miss me with your lack of knowledge of history of what we do to other countries in this country, from this country, and by this country. Make America great again. What? Imperialism? That's what we're walking to? Shit, I just might as well move to China and call it a freaking day. But it gets even funnier. Okay, Pelosi said Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer released a joint statement after the White House announced vowing to defend the constitutional separation of powers, declaring, quote unquote, a national emergency will be a lawless act, a gross abuse of power of the presidency, and a desperate attempt to distract the fact that Cheeseburger broke his core promise to have Mexico pay for the wall, in which President Vicente has already told him, we will not pay for the fucking wall. You do it, dumbass. Let me go back to my country, so therefore I am loved by my people, as opposed to you, where the majority of people hate you. Okay? We don't hate you. We loathe white supremacy. We loathe the actions, the mantras, and the support, and the gullible lying that comes from out of 8,459 lies already told by the standing idiot in charge. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. I find this the most comical era of presidencies I've ever seen since Nixon. And I know Nixon is rolling in his grave talking about, boy, I'm glad at least I'm on rotisserie mode here in hell. Anyway. Okay? Anyway. What it boils down to is that they're just simply saying, you know, and there are key Republicans who basically don't want this jackass to call a national emergency. You know who wants this national emergency called out? The small-minded idiots on the border towns in Texas. Yes, 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 I am calling it out for what it is. You got a bunch of racist individuals, black, white, and Latino. I'm not sparing none of you. You're all sellouts, malinchistas, vendidos, all the way around. Racist. Racist. Not, and this is the strange thing. How can you sit up there and be so agnostic against people who have been traumatized by what we did in their countries? And for them to show up and then all of a sudden we turn our back? That's cowardice. That's pure fucking cowardice, and you know it. So shut up with all that crap, because right about now there are so many there's so many things that are happening right now. I mean, come on. Y'all want to sit up here and debate me with this? Come with it. Join the conversation. I love a good scrap in the morning. That and maybe a good blunt or two, but I don't have that with me right now. But I have my big cup of tea. Anyway. Oh my God. Okay, so in addition to funding the Department of Homeland Security and spending package, it would also fund 8 other federal departments of agriculture, commerce, housing and urban development, interior, justice, state, and transportation and treasury. They're looking for money out of these places. Why? Is there a surplus? Billions and billions in surplus? This man wants to go from 1.4 billion to 8 billion. After he'd have left 2.5 on the floor. This is not a master negotiator. This is not a businessman. This is a phallic, okay? The straight phallic of everything that he has falsified since then. It makes the devil caricature of him look that much better than, say, the insults of cartoons of Allah. Or Muhammad, for that matter. Anyway, Democrats also pushed unsuccessfully to include a provision to provide back pay for federal contractors affected by the recent shutdown. Senator Roy Blunt told reporters Wednesday that Cheeseburger wouldn't sign the measure if the provisions were included. So for all of you contractors who set up, voted, supported, and everything else, y'all got screwed. But it goes even further, okay? The shillelaghing goes even further, okay? Even though Jeff Sessions looks like Granny from Beverly Hills, Beverly Hillbillies, all right? This is some crap that I hope you people understand, that you don't have a president. You have a complete mindless moron who leads other morons who don't, I mean, come on. How do you sit there and say that there's plenty of border wall being built? I mean, who's the contractors? Oh, that's right, you're not going to pay them, dumbass. That's what I love. How do you have such a duality for hypocrisy and still maintain that you're like the man? I had to ask him that. You know something? There is not one person on @Real Donald Trump that will debate me. There's not one real person at all, when I shove the facts in their narcissistic little minds, that they can actually back up. Okay? Kiss my ass on this. Oh, God. Oh, okay. So, let's look at some of the things that Cheeseburger basically just loves, that are basically getting the pro and the con out of this whole thing. Again, today's spit: Whisker biscuits and sop sour gravy. You'll get the metaphor eventually, okay? Now, when it comes to Cheeseburger and all of his credibility, right now as being a man who does this, does that, I'm working hard, I'm using my executive privilege to, like, sit up and argue in front of a TV and take notes from Sean Hannity and the rest of Fox News and the rest of these so-called, I don't know, pundits, I don't know, hacks, I don't know, schlackers, I don't know, maybe they're just overeducated, dumb ass kissers that really, really, really try to put a pulse on America and have never done anything from that particular point, except for, like, I don't know, act like zombies. Oh, okay, tell you what. Remember when Cheeseburger quoted that, his whole thing is to help miners and bring back coal and fuel efficiency. Here's the pro. The UK got rid of a lot of their coal burning factories. Not only have they made it more green and so forth, but they will reduce emissions of climate change effectiveness, things that affect climate change, by over 50% by the time 2050 gets here. You know what the United States is going to do? We're going to wrestle ourselves onto that tit forever. That's exactly what we're going to do. Why? Because there are too many Republicans who have interests. There are too many Republicans that are screwing up nature, causing major health problems for Americans around this stupid-ass country of ours. You know something? Everybody has to pay the piper when they're dealing with Big Pharma on that end. You know why? Okay, let me show you how this breaks down. Let me show you how it breaks down, okay? First, you live in an area that is completely polluted, but you don't care. Now, if you're poor, you got no option, you know, except for maybe, you know, like become Hobo Willie. But the cool thing about it is that while you have no option, you move into neighborhoods where corporations consistently pollute with impunity, causing you, your kids, and your generations to die off faster. Point example, U.S.-owned utility closed 2 coal plant in blow to cheeseburger. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Tennessee Valley Authority voted on Thursday to close 2 aging coal-fired power plants, including by a company led by a major supporter of cheeseburger who had urged the United States-owned utility to keep it open. Didn't he go up there and have a rally? I'm going to make coal clean. I'm going to make sure you have clean air and clean water. If that were the case, how come the people up in Michigan ain't got no clean water yet? How come the people in Louisiana in Cancer Alley don't have any clean water there? But they're subjected to the pollutants that your corporations are making their tax break money off of you. Now, ahead of the vote, okay, Bill Johnson, retiring from TVA, it's about keeping rates as low and feasible. It's not about coal. This decision is about economics. Ahead of the vote, Johnson said that the plants, which operated on only sporadically in recent years, have become too expensive to operate, and that closing them would save customers $320 million. There you go, money for the border wall. Okay? The board voted 5-2 to approve the closures. The mayors who voted to keep them open were both appointed by Cheeseburger. Uh-oh, take the money back. Give it to the community. Okay, the 870 megawatt Bull Run coal plant, Tennessee, will close by December of 2023. And a 971 MW Paradise 3 plant in Kentucky will be shut by December 2020. Both are about 50 years old, you think? There's no new technology for burning coal cleaner. Let's just get it out of the way, people. Unless you intend to make diamonds out of this stuff, and then we can sit there and say, okay, now we don't have a deficit. However, nobody's thinking that far ahead. Nobody thinks outside the box. And of course, we all contain ourselves into whatever paradigm that our politicians put us in. Simple. All right? Now, early in Cheeseburger's presidency, Murray, okay, this is Robert Murray, had presented an administration with a wish list of environmental regulations he wanted slashed. The EPA basically helped on that era, okay? But nobody cares. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares about the health problems people have afterwards. Nobody. Nobody. Ernest Franklin. Good morning, my friend from Texas. Good morning. I'll tell you, join the conversation. Now, because we have a failure, a complete failure in our environmental policies here, the most stupidest barbosa I ever seen in my life sit up and complain that, oh, where's global warming at when it's freezing outside, tells you a lot about this man's intellect. I shouldn't be the one to spread it all over the damn place, but guess what? It's like a bad peanut butter and jelly sandwich on stale bread. It's non-functional, useless, like cappuccino foam. Okay, for real. So, what do we got here? I'll tell you what we got here. We got an idiot in charge. People love idiots. America loves stupidity. Now do you see the connection? The pro and the con. Okay? Word is bond, people. Word is bond. I enjoy the fact that this is the only reason why I get up in the morning, because I know I can skewer this bastard for what he is. And for people not to accept that, that's not a problem. I know where my numbers lie. Okay? Straight up and down. Now, basically, we're looking at, you know, a lot of distressed debt out of this whole thing. The consumers will save a lot of money. And, of course, a lot of investors are going to lose a lot of money out of this. Okay? This is all about economics. This is exactly all about economics within both of those states, Tennessee and Kentucky. The South will rise again like flatbread. Straight up and down. Okay? Anyway, we're at the halfway point. That was the first page of the KTNG Morning Show. Get yourselves onto our website, and for those of us who are on YouTube. Where are you? Here you go. For those of us on YouTube, let me flash it real quick. Booyah! Okay, that didn't work. Okay. Maybe this will work. Hey, there you go. I have to wait for my fix to actually work here. Anyway, we have the mug. Show your support for the most controversial, satirical newscast ever on the net. Okay? And guess what? Yeah, I got a potty mouth, and that's not going to stop me. But I get my ass up on Saturdays to the church. That Sunday stuff, nah, I can't do that. But we're going to talk about, religion and politics throughout Black History Month here on KTNG 860am.org. Keep in tune, people. Get yourself a mug. Be a supporter. They're real cheap on the website, KTNG860am.org. We're a nonprofit. Also have books, The Iron Tree, stories of perseverance and survival, and, of course, a win. Let's see. Also, Happier Than a Big Bowl of Oranges and The Art of Eating. All of these are basically going to wind up being donated to serve causes for the blind. The reason being is because I owed a person a promise on that end, and therefore there is a house for the people who have visual difficulties. Okay, that sort of thing. So I owe it to him. That sort of thing. Plus, not only that, but I am going through what is known as a bout of glaucoma. So my blindness is imminent. There's nothing I can do to change it except for eat healthy, live long, and be happy as long as I possibly can. Let's get back to the stories, people. There you go. These are the ones that crack me up, and not only that, but they back me up because there's nothing but fact. Here we go. Human rights abuses here in the United States are at an all-time high. We separated families. We deported them from their children. We detained them. We make sure that they don't get their rights whatsoever. Can we invoke the 25th Amendment to get this stupid fool up out of the White House? Hopefully. All right? Can we send his little son Barron to a boarding school? Oh, no, better yet, how about to a public school in Harlem? Then he can know what it's like to be a minority. Here we go, AP Press, people. ICE halts force feeding of immigrants. And Associated Press. U.S. government has suddenly stopped force feeding a group of men on a hunger strike inside El Paso Immigration Detention Center, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement said yesterday. The dramatic reversal comes as public pressure was mounting on ICE to halt the practice, which involves feeding detainees through nasal tubes against their will. Okay? They have rights as human beings to show the world that America is inhumane. All right? Right there on the border. Right there on the border. And we call ourselves a nation of immigrants, a diverse nation of people, Americans. Stolen name, stolen promises, and a fake dream that's coming from somebody who wants nothing more than an ethno-state for his white supremacy. Real. That's almost as laughable as saying that your national emergency is like an app that you go buy bananas. Come on. Dramatic reversal comes as public pressure was mounting on ICE to halt the practice, and therefore, last week, the United Nations Human Rights Office said the force feeding of Indian hunger strikers at a facility could violate the UN Convention Against Torture. Wow. So we couldn't waterboard nobody anymore. Oh, okay. So Wednesday, U.S. District Judge said the government had to stop force feeding 2 of the detained Indian immigrants, but warned that if their health started to decline, he would consider ordering force feeding again. Okay? They don't want them to die. Simple. They don't want them to die, but they want to make sure that they don't fall within the, human, crimes against humanity section of it. I mean, come on. When is the United States ever going to go and stand up in a Nuremberg trial and say, okay, you guys are basically guilty of this, and you are the person responsible for it. You are the president of the country for it. You were the vice president, da-da-da. When is that going to happen? Hopefully sometime during my lifetime when everybody they think that they should be exonerated should go to jail, should be shot, should be buried, chopped up, flushed down the toilet, gone down to the doggone ocean, recapitulate all their ashes and junk, and come back and burn it again. Okay? So, therefore, on Thursday, all force feeding at the detention center near El Paso Airport has stopped, according to ICE. This is a win for us, said Luis Lopez, who is representing the Malik Singh and Jasveer Singh. In the same case heard Wednesday in El Paso, both men are Punjabi Sikhs in their early 20s. They have a First Amendment right to protest. We all do. So for anybody in this stupid-ass little fucked-up country that we live in to sit there and say that this boy Kaepernick should be erased from out of African-American history, nothing more than a racist. Seriously. That man stood up and protested against the brutality of young black men in this damn country. You mean to tell me he is the enemy of American culture? Excuse me, but who built this crap for you? It damn sure wasn't the white man. No. All you guys did was build faulty legislation and treaties you on, and therefore backed away from, and therefore lied about. And you can continue and do this all the way up to 8/19/16. Trust and believe, buddy. Trust and believe. Detained immigrants have sporadically staged hundred strikes around the country for years, protesting conditions they face while seeking asylum. But force feeding, which began under the court order earlier this year, has not previously been reported, and advocates involved say that they weren't aware of it, that it happened before. Duh. Okay? No hunger strikers held in El Paso are currently being fed pursuant to court time. Okay, but medical staff at the facility continue to closely monitor the health and vital signs of all hunger strikers to ensure they continue to receive proper medical care, which is basically costing the United States nothing. We spend anywhere from 30 to 60 grand a year on prison inmates that we falsely put in. Millions of them. But here's an even strange coup d'etat on, as we would say, irony. As we increase the population of black and brown people in prisons, keep in mind, people, a lot of them have been picked up for drug charges. Okay? Funny, how is it that, that white man is now benefiting from, selling weed? And Kamala Harris is saying, why don't we just legalize it all the way around? So, if you're going to do that, first, release those who have been incarcerated for dealing marijuana. Sounds like a fine thing to do. Sounds like a fine thing to do. I mean, come on. You definitely want to have some sort of quote-unquote respectability of your constituents when you're running for president. NBC News. Rights groups sue Cheeseburger administration for making asylum seekers wait in Mexico. This was not too long ago, people. Several immigrant rights groups filed a lawsuit in federal court yesterday, challenging Cheeseburger administration policy that requires asylum seekers, mainly from Central America, to wait in Mexico, sometimes for even months or even years. For the United States immigration judges to hear their cases, so I guess Mexico is paying for the wall. It's called a wall of legislation. But there are some stupid jackasses out there in the small parts of Texas, around El Paso, where Beto O'Rourke says, if I had my way, I'd tear down the damn thing myself. I can believe that. I can believe that. What's wrong with little open borders? Okay? Illegal immigration has been down in the last 10 years. Oh, that's why we can't give Obama the credit for it, because he's not a controversial figure, unlike this jackass we got sitting in here right about now, who's getting, I mean, come on, he's got so many indictments at this point. I mean, I could fill up a bowl of cereal with it. I mean, come on. The guy's a freaking idiot. Okay? Plaintiffs point out that the areas where asylum seekers were forced to wait in Mexico are experiencing record levels of violence, especially from, quote-unquote, Pocho Mexicans, white Mexicans, vendidos, okay? Those who try to run away from their darker counterparts. Yeah, okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, so MS-13 and Arab terrorists are about to come on in. The blind racist judgment of that is that you have ISIS and Mexicans looking alike. You know something? If that is the case, keep in mind, people, if you're talking about an Arab, we're talking about somebody that's basically of Arabic descent, okay? He's lived in the desert, has pale skin, and they look like Mexicans from out of Tijuana. Something is wrong in that dynamic, because when you have darker skinned Central Americans who are right by the equator getting a 24-hour tan show up because we screwed their countries up, forces for their constitution, and not only that, but the de facto governments that are set up by the United States. So, womp, womp. Judge could temporarily block the policy teeing up yet another fight between Cheeseburger administration and immigration advocates. The plaintiffs include the American Civil Liberties Union, have previously used lawsuits to block Cheeseburger's administration and immigration policies, including the travel ban, family separation policy, and a recent policy that denied asylum to immigrants who cross the border illegally. If they're at the border, okay, and they're lined up to do this, then that means, come on. You have to cross the border illegally to be denied asylum. But if you're waiting at the border and you're still waiting on your asylum, that's garbage. That's garbage. So let's not get it twisted out there, Texas. Let's not get it twisted out there. Understand that when you have illegal immigration, then deny them asylum. If you have people sitting there waiting by the wall to get in, what's the holdup? Oh, that's right. You're racist. Cheeseburger administration has said that they're within legal bounds to make asylum seekers wait in Mexico under a provision of immigration law that says immigrants can be returned to their country from which they last set foot. Challengers, however, say that the law should not apply to asylum seekers. The Department of Homeland Security had nothing to say about that. Ah. There you go. Disgusting. Totally disgusting. Anyway, so they're looking at law. They're looking about, like, getting ready to sue these. I mean, come on. Cheeseburger has so much garbage on his plate right about now. I'm surprised that he doesn't run off to Mar-a-Lago. Oh, man, I forgot all about that. Sorry about that, YouTube, but you had to hear it. Because most of you can't even have the audacity to face me. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on down, come on down, come on. Anyway, when it comes to this whole thing, and they are about to sue him and so forth, let's get a little details on it. I want you guys to understand that I'm not sitting here just reading this stuff. I'm knowing this stuff, all right? Been doing this for like dang near 30 freaking years. Okay? For the time I was skewering Tom Brady, okay? No, not Tom Brady. The other. I have no idea. Well, he was the mayor of Los Angeles and so forth. Raccoon, as I call him. Anyway, so here it is. Here it is. We got all this crap going on. And not only that, but there's also some other good things going on. There are things that are happening. Paul Martin, my USMC brother, what's going on? Ooh, Rob. I'm not the only crazy vet out here. Seriously. How's everything, man? How's family? How's family? I hope everything is going well. I always send a lot of prayers to you guys and so forth because y'all be going through something. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Now, how many people, and this is some scary crap here, how many people have paid their taxes only to receive 8% less of it this year? And now that corporate tax breaks are coming in, how many people actually think that they're taxing the rich is not a bad idea? Okay? Well, the rich have ways to get their money back. Yes, they do. And if this goes through the way it's supposed to, if this goes through the way it's going to go through, mark my words, people. I gargle that down. Yes, I am a mess. A hot mess. Anyway. Think of this, people. Think of this. I want you to think of this over the weekend. Remember how MySpace went out? Okay. Now Facebook is about to go in a different direction here. It may mean at one particular point or another, there's going to be some fake news about Facebook starting to charge people to do shit. I already get some of my notices blocked by Facebook as well as NORAD. I'm too close. 13.5 miles away from the damn place. Okay, I know more about them than they know about me, but they also have technology. Not able to stop what I'm broadcasting because I have a rerouted IP address. In other words, it changes the IP over and over and over. Try to find me if you can. Axios. Facebook starts to charge people. Remember, you heard it here. FTC talking to Facebook about huge fine. Facebook is negotiating with the Federal Trade Commission over a possible multi-billion-dollar fine to settle an investigation into privacy violations by the firm. Why it matters? I'll tell you. Bye. Previous FTC privacy fines levied against such tech firms have been in the low millions, not billions. More money for the wall. Oh my. Okay. Oh, if you're raising taxes against people who make, like, you know, who are billionaires and everything, guess what? Guess what? Yes, Marilyn Bradford, join the conversation. Stop being one of those hideaway black people. Okay? Like I posted earlier. Black folk, where you at? Of course, you're running to R. Smelly and every other clout-chasing event that you can get to. You're causing your own distractions so that way you can be distracted out of your money. I'm trying to save you $1 here. Okay? Again, yeah, previous FTC privacy fines levies against tech firms have been in the low millions, not billions. A major fine would send a message to Facebook and other tech giants that a commission is determined to rein in careless treatment of private user privacy. Now, the Post story follows its reports last month that the agency's commissioners had met to discuss the possible fine assigned at the probe into the company, which were made public by the Cambridge Analytica revelations last March, which was further along. Oh, collusions! I didn't receive anything. Then join the damn conversation. Good morning, Prince, my brother. What's up? Ho, ho, ho. Hey, I got the bears. Got the bears? Okay. Yeah, you can see them on Facebook. Anyway, fact of the matter is this, people. If Facebook fails to reach a settlement with the FTC agency, the agency can seek remedies in court. And if those court fines bounce against Mark Zuckerberg like that, what do they say, trickle down in economics? The benefits trickle down economics. Well, how about trickle down debt? Because obviously Cheeseburger doesn't understand debt whatsoever freaking ever. All right, and we're talking like boop 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 boop. So if it happens that way, that billionaires are going to start raising their prices to cover these losses. You, me, and everybody in America is going to get a big old sucker punch, and I'm going to be sitting here laughing because guess what? I will be the first to notice it. Bam! That's one we call pay it forward. Bam! There you go. Sucker punch. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's see. We already did that. Okay, so what do we have? We have the pro and the con. The pro being that, one, we can sit here and debate about how significant Cheeseburger's promises have fallen flat on their faces. The con is that we have a bunch of idiots out there who actually believe that he's doing some good. I mean, come on. If you're going to Disneyland and you get kicked out of Disneyland for running around with a MAGA flag on one of the rides, obviously you deserve that. It's just like letting your kids roaming around Disneyland kicking Mickey Mouse in the nuts, okay? Or setting Donald Duck on fire, okay? Trust and believe, those are some weird things. But it's happened. It's happened. It's happened. They don't, come on. How many people have actually walked up to Snow White and said, oh my God, lady, you got a nice... Okay, come on. What kind of sexist crap is that? Right? But it happens. It happens. Why? Because we give so much precedence and credence over the inventory of invention. And that inventory of invention comes from those who sit up and constantly lie to you on a day-to-day basis. And for some aesthetic reason, okay, you sell out your own culture just to believe the garbage. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I see it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been exposed to it. And there's nothing that can change my mind in this particular that it will never end. Come on. Look at all those blackface incidents, okay? Y'all just don't get it. Y'all just don't get it. But, I'm going to give, credence on the fact that maybe many of you do. And that's the funny part. I could sit up and go on for days, hours, talking about Cheeseburger and what he has done prior to being in this position that he's in now. There is collusion no matter how you spell it, no matter how much you deny it. The superfluous garbage that he got yesterday says, oh, this shows there's no collusion from all the stuff that we just got. Really? Really? Okay, here's an amazing fact. Robert Mueller hasn't said crap. Mueller ain't going anywhere. Put that on a blue hat, all right? Because America will never be great. under the tutelage, under the leadership, under the falsification. Okay? Yes, Marilyn, I know. Just tune to the dang station. What's wrong with you, woman? Hey, dang. Jeez. You're gonna sit up and be lazy. That's the problem with black people today. Y'all so damn lazy. For real. You want everything spoon-fed to you. Okay? But I'm not saying the majority of you. I'm just saying some of you. Some of you are totally lazy. And well, my Facebook feed, trust and believe, y'all lazy. Straight up. You want to be entertained. You want to have that satisfaction of falling into what it calls an American culture of stupidity. And you love it, you do it, and you say it every damn day. Oh, R. Kelly. Oh, Bill Cosby. Oh, Cardi B. What have they done for the damn community? Dip. Okay? That's why I sit up and I laugh. I mean, come on. Anytime you have, you know, I mean, I applaud Christina Aguilera for building, for building universities in South America. I applaud Little John for building schools in Ghana. I applaud the people in Ghana for accepting anybody that can get there for homestead, for repatriation. But what I can't stand is the blatant, stupid, emotional ignorance that we have as a people to follow behind people who don't do or serve our communities whatsoever. Star chasing? Please. You want to walk around in your little world of, you want to walk around in your little world of, I'm absolved from everything that's going on out in the world and I don't have a feeling or a mention of it, or I just don't want to say anything about it because I'm afraid I might be looked at as an outcast, or separated from my church, separated from the community because I see something wrong in my community and I refuse to speak up. Sell out, please. Miss me with that. Miss me with that, okay? Because y'all ain't doing nothing. You ain't, as I told you before, in the revolution, the black race can't afford you no more. Okay, come on. Get a grip. All right, get a grip. Now, for all my brethren and sisters that are impoverished, who basically saw their middle class taxes deducted, who basically saw their Medicare and Medicaid slashed, who are still working anywhere between 2 to 3 damn jobs just to put food on the table and feed your kids. Right, lobby and execute. Write to your congressman, lobby your senators, and execute those who do not follow suit by showing up in Washington, D.C. to tell the legislators right then and there that these are the things that are affecting my community, and these policies are garbage. Therefore, we are asking for change. Mark Ruff, what's going on? Grandpapa. Grandpapa. Okay, what's going on, Grandpapa? Love you, man. Love you. Love you. But here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. The only thing that I'm seriously asking is for all of us to take a vested interest in the 25th Amendment to get this bozo up out of there. And if we do that, trust and believe, when we do that, America won't be great again. It'll be stable. Somehow, instability and mental illness seems to run well in the White House. Why? Okay? Because when you have a junkie in your house, trust and believe, the junkie was unstable when you found him. And 9 times in 10, now you got him in the house. Don't you feel like running away and finding greener pastures? Anyway, let's say good morning to everybody. Appreciate you guys here. Love you and everything else and whatnot. Let's see. Question. Issa, good morning. Okay. Philip Vincent, good morning. Cheech and Chong, good morning. It's nice when they come up and show up and support what I do, which is cool. Tamara Rollins, good morning. Gloria Anderson, good morning. Okay. Also, Tom Bacon, good morning. Man synonymous with world domination. Let's see, who else we got here, sitting on here? I gotta look for this crap. There we go. Patrick Ramos, good morning. Y'all remember him from The Orphans, all right? Also, let's see. Jason Anthony, good morning. Heidi Gardner, Zulu Queen, all the way out there in the UK, good morning. Hakan Atun, good morning. Salam alaikum, my brother. Lucella Testa, good morning. Takuji Nakako, good morning. Jay Kwan, good morning. Yes, distractions, homeboys. Distractions. Luke Cage Power Man, good morning. This is your Iron Fist over here with the pen of steel. That's right. Stephen Farmer, good morning. Maitreya One, good morning. Okay. Yes, pay me later on. Walter Wiz Waddy, good morning. Nobody beats the Wiz. That's right. My boy comes over every now and then. He's like pretty much my only friend out here in Colorado Springs, but I'm glad that he does come by and, you know, and sits with a bro. And when it's like, you know, I receive less human contact than anything else. That's fine. Not a problem. I will get out the house when I'm finished all my projects. Okay, Sergio Mertzine, good morning. Joselmo Ferreira Santos, good morning. John George, good morning. Stacio Martinez, good morning. Juan Garcia, good morning. Via Real, good morning. Okay, all of my people in Puerto Rico, good morning. Bienvenidos. All my Eric, let's see, Estrada Zambo, good morning. All the way out there in, you know, South America, good morning. Frank Yates, good morning. Okay, Adam Clayton, good morning. What's up? Where's that damn record at, bro? Okay, John George, good morning. Ha ha ha. Okay, and I'll have to cut it short on that end because I got something else to say too. Anyway, let's say good morning to everybody. Marsha Pitts, good morning. Tina Hightower, good morning. Love you much. Let's see. Darius Motowitzki, good morning. Good morning. I tell you, oh my God. Helen Jackson, good morning. Let's see. Amia Mendez, good mornings. Mornings. Also, let's see. Good morning, everybody. Ladybug Love, I'm glad you got your car back. Good morning. Okay. Professor Nigel Daring, good morning. Dr. Dwayne Proctor, good morning. Ian Brooke, good morning. Good morning. Bruce Lassiter, good morning. Let's see. Andrea Arroyo, good morning. KM Aurora, good morning. That's right. Rich Fame, good morning. AKA Lyrica L. Ray, he has a home here. Good morning to my people in Compton. Good morning to my people in Japan. Dr. Ezo, good morning. Kamatsuda, good morning. Also, my good friends out there all the way around the world. That's right. Paul Nakako, good morning. Domo domo. My people in China, good morning. I know y'all be listening because I see my dots in China, in Upper Mongolia and so forth. Kyrgyzstan, all places. Good morning. My people out in the UK, good morning. Thankful that you guys are actually doing the Clean Air Act and you got a projection of making sure that people are going to be healthier than what we have in our, I don't know, our country of portlyism. Yeah, it's a new religion. Come on. We have an obese president whose greed is unheralded and unmatched. Okay? I mean, he is kind of like Nero because he's playing his little fiddle of bullshit to, like, you know, make his case to watch Rome burns while he pockets as much money as possible. Joke. What a joke, man. I'm serious. What a complete joke. Alan Cole, good morning. All right, there you go. Nina Henderson, good morning. Sorry about the dog. Let's see. Also, Nanette Ortiz, good morning. Also, let's see. Who else? Who showed up? I don't know. Anyway. My Latino Power Pack Posse all the way in Mexico and as well as in Central America. Good morning. All my people in Canada who, suffice to say, wind up trying to get this going for but you guys go to YouTube and I see you from there. Also, good morning to everyone around the world who are basically out there fighting the good fight. Fernie Johns, professor and teacher and instructor and mentor to Martin Luther King. If it's a good fight, you want to be in it. This is our fight. A fight for humanity. Our fight for universal human rights. Our fight to stop the genocide that is happening in Yemen to where 21 million people face starvation and possible starvation and, of course, the economic ruin of the United States and Venezuela. And a possible small-ass coup attempt that's not happening. Yes, Guaido is a puppet. Get it? All right. Also, one of the more obvious things. Stopping the humanitarian crisis that we caused along the southern border. The only way to do that is to go back in there. Let them govern their own things. Okay, that sort of thing. Help with the crime part of it and get rid and keep them and make sure that's what they're supposed to be doing. And once they understand that, then it's like, cool, adopt them into your own culture so that way it seems a little bit more fitting. People benefit. We save the planet. Yeah, but we also clean air and we clean the water. And clean air and clean water is supposed to be a most tantamount thing, one of the basic free human rights that we're supposed to have. And yet still, we're giving the big pharma the money. They are making us sick. And we're paying them to do it. Wow. Talking about a conundrum. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming through. This is the most controversial show on the net. And I stand by that for the simple reason because I don't have any challengers. All I have is a bunch of jokers who want to sit up and insult and say, well, come on with it. You know this is true. This is all true. And you can't deny the truth. Unless you're Rudy Giuliani, who obviously thinks that the truth is not the truth. If you believe that shit 9 times out of 10, you got a mouth full of toilet paper and you need to kiss somebody's ass for it. Be a part of that human centipede. Leave me out of it. Remember, people, get out there, show humanity. And that's what it's all about here. If you show humanity 9 times out of 10, you're sharing a happiness between soul to soul and you're lifting another person's burden when you're listening to you understand. And when we have all this understanding going on, not overstanding, but basic understanding of human needs and wants, we understand the necessity of human rights. Deny those who don't get it. Murderers. At that point, hardly be human beings. Love, peace, and chicken grease. This has been the KTNG Morning Show. Dangerous controversy coming out of here. Alex Jones, get off the block, kid. I'm in town. He says with an evil laugh. Love, peace, and chicken grease, people. We out here. All power to the people, all people to a purpose.